Welcome, my beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Rambling Psychic Podcast. So today we're going to pick up on the series that we're doing for compatibility for each sign. I have to say, I'm doing this due to the comment section. This is why I love to hear your comments. I was asking for any ideas for future shows. I have a lot of ideas, but I want to do what the things that you want me to do. So, this is brought to you by one of our beautiful subscribers. So, today we're going to talk about Gemini, the compatibility with Gemini. So, Gemini is a mutual sign. It's ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect. Known as the twins, Geminis are characterized by their duality, versatility, curiosity, and their quick wit. They are social butterflies. They love intellectual stimulation and thrive on variety and new experiences. This can sometimes lead to a reputation for being indecisive or even reckless. But, I don't know. When it comes to compatibility, Geminis generally do best with signs that can keep up with their fast-paced minds, engage them intellectually, and respect their need for freedom and independence. So let's break down, starting with the most compatible signs and why. So, fellow air signs, mainly Libra and Aquarius though. So let's talk about Libra and Gemini. This is a highly harmonious and often glorious match. Both Gemini and Libra are social, intellectual, and value communication and mental stimulation. They enjoy witty banter. They appreciate beauty and love connecting with others. Libra's desire for balance and harmony can sometimes soothe Gemini's restlessness, while Gemini's quick wit keeps Libra entertained. They share a similar approach to life and rarely run out of things to talk about, creating a dynamic and stimulating partnership. I like these two together. However, I also love Aquarius and Gemini, often considered one of the best matches for Gemini. Both signs are highly intellectual, independent, and forward-thinking. They share a fascination with the world, a love for innovation, and a desire to explore new ideas. Aquarius's unconventional nature and their empathetic spirit resonates with Gemini's adaptability and curious mind. They inspire each other's growth. They enjoy deep discussions, deep, and can form a bond based on mutual respect for their individuality. So let's talk about fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with Gemini. Fire and air signs generally have a strong natural affinity because air feeds fire, making them exciting and dynamic. So let's start with Aries and Gemini. It's so funny. I wish you could see me because my hand, I talk with my hands, and my hands are just going 1,000 miles a minute. Anyway, so Aries and Gemini, an energetic and an adventurous match. Both Aries and Gemini are fast-moving, spontaneous, and value their independence. I feel like every sign values their independence. Let's just put that out there. Aries' pioneering spirit and passion perfectly complement Gemini's curiosity and love for new experiences. They inspire each other to try new things and are unlikely to get bored with each other. While Aries can be direct and Gemini can be evasive, their mutual understanding of each other's need for freedom makes this a strong and an exciting pair. So Gemini and Leo. This is a fun-loving and an exciting pair. Both Gemini and Leo are social, expressive, and enjoy being in the spotlight. Leo's warmth, confidence, and desire for admiration can be beautifully met by Gemini's playful charm and intellectual engagement. Gemini can keep Leo entertained and challenged, while Leo provides the passion and loyalty that Gemini, despite their duality, secretly craves. They promote fun, adventure, and mutual growth. You know, another one where I feel like this could be my best friend. You know, if I'm not in a relationship with you, you could be my best friend. Okay, so let's talk about Gemini and Sagittarius. This is another opposites attract scenario, as Gemini and Sagittarius are opposite signs on the zodiac wheel. Both are mutual signs, making them adaptable, and both lovers of freedom and adventure. They share a thirst for knowledge, travel, and new experiences. Gemini's intellectual curiosity is ignited by Sagittarius's boundless enthusiasm and desire for adventure. They understand each other's need for independence and can embark on countless adventures together, constantly learning and growing. It's an exciting pair. So let's talk about some challenging but potentially still rewarding matches. So a fellow Gemini. Two Geminis can understand each other on a profound level, including their I can't say the word. Anyways, their nature and their tendency to switch moods. This can lead to an incredibly stimulating and playful relationship where they really never run out of things to talk about or new experiences to share. The challenges lie in their shared potential for indecisiveness, sorry, I can't speak today, flakiness, and difficulty with commitment. It can feel like four people in the relationship. However, if they can provide each other with constant mental stimulation and ample freedom, it can be a truly exhilarating bond. Alright, so let's talk about earth signs with Gemini. So, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Gemini's quick, airy nature can sometimes clash with the grounded, practical, and slower pace of earth signs. So let's talk about Taurus first. Taurus and Gemini. This can be a challenging match due to their different paces and priorities. You know, Taurus seeks stability and routine, while Gemini craves constant change and mental stimulation. Taurus might find Gemini too restless or inconsistent, and Gemini might find Taurus too rigid or slow. However, if they're willing to learn from each other, Taurus can offer Gemini much needed grounding and stability, and Gemini can bring excitement and new perspectives into Taurus's life. So let's talk about Virgo and Gemini. You know, I have a Virgo sun, Gemini moon. So it's interesting because both are ruled by Mercury, which means communication won't be an issue. And they share an intellectual a love of really anything intellectual. However, Gemini's sometimes scattered and impulsive nature can clash with Virgo's need for order, practical, and attention to detail. Virgo might try to fix, Gemini, which can be very frustrating. If they can appreciate each other's strengths, Gemini's ideas and Virgo's ability to organize them and help them achieve great things together, but it requires patience and compromise. So let's talk about Gemini and Capricorn. This is often considered a difficult pairing. Gemini thrives on freedom and being spontaneous, while Capricorn is disciplined, responsible, and seeks structure and long-term goals. Gemini might find Capricorn too rigid or serious, and Capricorn might see Gemini as too flighty or unreliable. They are almost complete opposites. For this to work, both need to be highly adaptable and be willing to learn from each other's contrasting approaches to life. So let's talk about water signs with Gemini: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Gemini, being intellectual and sometimes detached, can struggle with the emotional depth of or the sensitivity of the water signs. So let's talk about Gemini and Cancer. This can be a dance of contrast. Gemini's quick-paced nature often clashes with Cancer's emotional, nurturing, and home-oriented approach. Cancer's needs emotional security and deep connection, while Gemini, in their desire for freedom and variety, might struggle to provide consistency, which again is a must for Cancer. Gemini might find Cancer too clingy or sensitive, while Cancer might see Gemini as aloof or superficial. It requires a lot of empathy and effort from both sides here. Not impossible, but a lot of empathy and effort from both sides. So let's talk about Scorpio and Gemini. This is a highly intense and often challenging match. Both are curious, but their approaches are vastly different. Scorpio seeks deep emotional intimacy, probing questions, and unwavering loyalty, which can overwhelm the more detached and changeable Gemini. Gemini's tendency to avoid emotional vulnerability can leave Scorpio feeling neglected or suspicious. While the initial attraction can be magnetic due to their intensity, building lasting trust and emotional understanding really is a hurdle for these two. Not one they can't get over, but it is a hurdle. So Pisces and Gemini, both mutual signs and share a dualistic nature, which can lead to a mutual understanding. However, Gemini is logical and mentally driven, while Pisces is intuitive, emotional, and dreamy. Gemini's restlessness can be jarring for peaceful Pisces, and Pisces' emotional depth might be hard for Gemini to navigate. While they can inspire each other creatively through their creativity, their different ways of processing the world and connecting emotionally can lead to misunderstandings. They both can be indecisive, which can make it hard to make firm plans or commitments. So, it's essential to remember that astrological compatibility is just one layer of understanding of relationship. Individual birth charts, personal growth, communication styles, and mutual efforts are all crucial factors in determining the success and happiness of any partnership. So this is to give you a general outline of the signs, and we will pick up the next podcast with our Cancer moon. So Gemini, you are now known. I thank you guys. Again, it is your comments that really lead the show. So please leave your comments. Let me know if like this relates to you. Especially, well, in any way you want to let me know, but you know, like it'd be interesting to know, like, you know, your experiences with the different signs. But anyways, I thank you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.